Hello and welcome to another video. It is the 4th of November and you're watching just a random person on the internet with a really small YouTube channel. Now, it is a Thursday today, at the moment of recording that is, and it is also what people call a Throwback Thursday. And I was just thinking, why not tell you about my first half marathon? If I've said anything like that before about my first half marathon, then sorry, but I'm going to talk about my first half marathon. So, back in 2009, I was swimming 6 days a week, about half an hour each time, non-stop for half an hour, and then my local pool was knocked down to be rebuilt, but that was going to take a few years. So I started thinking about what other pools I can swim at, and I did look at the next one closest to me, but I didn't like it there. And I tried at another pool as well. That was a bit more difficult to get to, especially for Saturday mornings, because of buses and things. So in the end, I just stopped swimming. And because of not swimming or not doing any exercise for more than a few weeks, I started getting chest pains because my my muscles were not used to me not exercising. So I started running. I just went around my parents' block once or twice every couple of days, and that was basically somewhere between 0.55 and 1.1 miles, which adds up every so often, but that was all I was doing. Then I saw a poster for the half marathon. This is in 2010 now, I think, and that half marathon was just 2 months away from when I saw the poster. So I thought, what the heck? I might as well go for it. So I did. I had 2 months to train to get my miles up to 13.1 miles in one go. And I was getting up there. I was getting up to like 6.5, 7.5 miles. And then the week before the half marathon, I ended up having torn calves. Not just in one leg, but in both legs. So all I could do for the last week before the half marathon, my first half marathon, was sit down, rest my calves and stretch and massage them. Now I do have old injuries from my calves from other sports that I've done before, but I'm not going to talk about those today. So when it came to the day of the half marathon, my dad was driving me to there when I had this sudden panic. It was an anxiety panic, and I told my dad to stop the car and turn around because I didn't want to do it. And he said, "You've done all this training, you paid the money for the half marathon, and you've got yourself dressed for it. You're going to do it." And he just told me to keep breathing, and he told me to just take one step at a time. And that actually calmed me down somehow, which I'm glad of, but I still don't know how it calmed me down. So my dad dropped me off. I went to the I think it was the registration or sign up bit, just to let them know that I was there. And so I went to the lineup. We had the big warm up and the start, and then I was running. And when I'm running, I'm trying to keep going, and I'm basically as friendly as possible to as many people as I can, especially other runners. So there I was going past lots of people, but because I can't run continuously, I was having to run, walk for basically the whole way round. Which is quite funny because I would go past loads of people, then have them pass me while I was walking. And one of those people was someone doing speed walking. Yeah. And I'll tell you now that I was wearing the wrong trainers for the half marathon, because by the time I got to halfway round, my feet were hurting. By the time I got to 3/4 of the way round, the whole of the bottom of my legs were really, really sore. And by the time I finished, it felt like my toes were going to pop out of my feet. Yeah, nice. So after the half marathon, I rang my parents, and they came and picked me up, and I was hobbling really slowly to and from the car back into the house. And it was lunchtime. I was absolutely hungry, but I needed a shower. So I tried to walk up the steps. Would my legs let me? No. So I crawled up the stairs very slowly, and then I managed to turn on the taps of the bath, because I couldn't stand up for a shower. So I was kind of like kneeling there next to the bath, making sure that the water didn't get too hot or too cold, and I managed to take off my running gear, and I just kind of went plop into the bath, which was a nice hot bath. I think that was the best bath I've ever had. And that was my first half marathon in 2 hours and 36 minutes. which I think is actually quite good. Yeah, because my next half marathon in 2011, I did in 2 hours and 14 minutes. So it's basically 20 minutes taken off. And I still wore the wrong trainers, the same ones that I did the previous one, but I changed the insoles of these ones to be like a gel type insole. So they were very comfortable, considering. For the half marathon in 2012, I managed to get my time down to 2 hours. No, down to was it that one I did? It was one of the half marathons that I've done that I managed to get the time down to 1 hour and 56 minutes. But I can't remember which one. And that, to this day, that remains my personal best for half marathon. And I have done other running events, but I haven't done a half marathon for 4 years. And it looks like I won't be doing a half marathon next year either. Just because I need to get my running back to where it was. At the moment, I can only do 4.9 miles, and that takes a lot out of me. So, as long as I don't trip up or injure myself somehow, fingers crossed, I should be able to do a half marathon distance by this time next year. Hopefully. My running's going great at the moment, just my average mile is rubbish compared to what it was before. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do tonight, and I will see you tomorrow night. Bye.